We started streaming. Yes. Yes! Excellent connection. Move that over there. Minimize that one. Alright, hey YouTube, welcome to Basic Computer Help. In this episode, in this live stream, we're going to be building a kernel. It's not going to be anything big. I've got a couple of articles in the description talking about getting started. I'm going to be using a tutorial from osdev.net, and we're going to go through it together. Now, when we're finished tonight, our kernel's not going to be doing anything spectacular. I'll print a couple things up on the screen, and that's it. Now, before we get started, we do need to, let's get that. We need to build a cross compiler. So, I've already downloaded some files. The binary utilities, I've got 2.37, and for GCC, I've got 9.3. And that is because that is the versions that come pre-installed on Ubuntu. You can go up higher if you feel like it. And if you want to do like I did, match it, just go GCC, double slashes and version. I have Kubuntu 20.04, but this should be doable on anything. You do want to make sure you have build essentials. I think that's about it. Yeah, build essentials and maybe a couple other small things like the buying utilities. Here we go. You're going to want to make sure you have, for the way we're doing it, you can do it on Windows. It is a little bit difficult. That's why it's recommending Windows Subsystem for Linux or CYGWIN. In the past, I have done it with MINGW. It's not the best option, though. Of course, enough memory and hard disk space. GCC, G++ as well, but G++ only if you want to build with C++. They recommend Make Bison because to build all this stuff, you need all that. Flex, BMP, MPFR. In the article for building a bare bones, there will be a link to a GCC cross compiler. Link back up. There we go. And it'll give you all the commands you need for GCC. Now let's shoot straight down. And for clarity's sake, yeah, I already mentioned that I've downloaded all of that stuff. Put that on Do Not Disturb. There we go. All right, I'm going to touch a few things. First thing, I'm going to make a directory. No, I'm not. I already have a repository set up. I have this, and when you guys see this, it'll already be ready. So we're going to do git clone .git All right, we're going to want to modify the get ignore. I have this one set for the default. Let's enlarge this so you guys can actually see it on stream. But we're going to actually modify this a little bit. So we also ignore .bin and .iso files. All right, let me write this out and leave. All right, now I'm going to touch a bunch of things. Boot.asm. I'm going to call this kernel main.c. .c, that's going to hold all of our stuff for the display. And we'll just go with that for now. And I'm going to touch some shell files. So set up env.sh, make iso.sh, run.sh, and as well as make file. All right. We're gonna add executable to every sh file. All right. We're gonna modify nano. Ooh, I accidentally minimized the live stream, guys. There we go. Oh wait. If hit the right button there. If not true, build OS. Export build OS equals 1. Prefix will equal. Ooh, this isn't going to be good. Yeah, it will. Print working directory. Somebody's going to point out how there's a more efficient way to do that. Target. We're going to do it for 32-bit because the 64-bit version requires some rebuilding of GCC. And then I'd have to release the source for it, which I don't mind doing. I just don't want to clutter my my build environment on GitHub. Prefix /bin. All right. I will do this later. I mean, I get why it's asking all that, and I forgot about that, but I kind of don't want my email address public on there, so I'll import it all later. Let's actually do that. Set up build environment. Now the dot in front of that just makes sure that everything I do in there will be excuse me, everything I do will be in this environment, so it'll set everything. So we could verify that. Okay, I messed that up. And I'm going to kind of cheat a little bit. All right, we're going to set up the environment again. There we go, much better. We're going to start out by building the buying utilities. I can't believe I do this all the time. When I want to make a directory, I usually do mk, and I don't know why. Anybody watching? Just me. I don't know why I do that all the time. Configure. Now this is where things are going to get a little bit weird. Well, not weird, but I am starting to feel like a damn noob here. Target. With sysroot. No, it won't let me do that. NLS and disable. Warn error. If I spell error correctly. So that should bring all of my build stuff into this folder. There's all of my make files. Cool. Now I'm going to do I have access to 12 different threads. I'm going to use only half of them. So 6. So J is how many different threads you want to be running at one time. So J6, it'll try to compile 6 files in one shot. you'll see so much stuff going across, it'll probably pixelate the entire screen. So huh. Since we're waiting for this, let me actually move my webcam, because I just looked at the preview and noticed that my webcam is configured behind like my, yeah. 1 second. All right. And then now we're gonna make install. We're gonna verify. There we go. A lot of our build tools are there. GCC. Whoops. This one's going to take the longest. Build GCC. Backslash GCC. There we go. Configure. And it's going to look pretty much the same. We're going to go target is going to be equal to target. Prefix. We're going to equal that out to prefix. NLS. We're also going to enable, I'm going to tell it what languages to enable. Languages. I'm only going to do C. I've already got the assemblers, because that was with the binary utilities. And without headers. Otherwise, it'll attempt to build the GCC standard library and put that in. I messed up. That's why I'm going to add more threads, because this will take forever. Move that away, because I just realized that my stream preview was actually hovering over to the other screen. There's a killer delay between when I actually do things and when I see the preview do it. Excuse me. Oh, come on. This will sit here for a little bit. I know this sits here for a little bit, but this is getting a bit on the ridiculous side. Huh. There we go. I was getting a little worried that it hung up there for a minute. All right, now we just have to. Oh, fuck. Shoot, what's the default? Yeah. Uh, Bring me to the rules. Because if it just built everything, then I'm cool. You know what? It don't matter. Because I should have just built done make all GCC. All right, that's done. Let's make all target lib GCC. Okay. And then GCC should be in here, and it is. Cool. All right, for the sake of all of this, I'm going to be doing a lot of this in Visual Studio Code. And of course, it would go up on the wrong monitor. Here we go. The hell. All right. Oh, I know it. Okay, because I have Git on here. I'm like, why are these files blue? I'm going to start with the assembler code. Because we kind of need that. Where is... Wait, let's exit that. Let me clear out some of my screens that I have. Well, it's not here. I think I closed it out by accident. All right. All right. Now, the example code that they give on the site uses gas. I hate gas with a passion. I just don't like the AT&T syntax. So we're going to use NASM. And yes, it knows I'm in NASM x86 assembly. So first thing I want to do is the multi-boot header. And that's going to equal that. And then MEMINFO. It's going to equal 1 there. Flags is going to equal... I think I should space it out one more. MB align. Ord with mem info. Magic equals. If I was just doing this in gas, I can include a file that you could download from GCC. And I would have all this stuff already all set up. But I'm not. And it's going to equal minus magic plus flags. Now, if you look up kernel development, you'll notice you'll find one from Brian's kernel. I forget the exact name of his. He'll also have what's called an a.out clunge because he does. I'm doing this in ELF, and he does his in what's called a.out, which is what Linux used to use. And a.out, you had to include a lot of stuff in the assembler section of your kernel, whereas with ELF, we don't necessarily have to do that. So we don't have to worry about the clunge in our header. And we're not even done with the header because we just defined some things. Also, you can't have a multi-boot. Oops. Yep. You can't have a multi-boot section in a.out. And we got one. Line 4. I don't include all of the comments that are usually there, but We'll deal with all these sections in a minute. Align 16. Yep. Eight, 4. This is a 16-bit. I'm sorry, not bit. Kibibytes or kilobyte stack. Now, for us, this stack is only going to be for kernel stuff. And then that's the top of the stack. In computers, the stack grows from the bottom up. This is going to add a whole bunch of just zeros in between bottom and top, and that's where our stack is going to be. So 16K of RAM is already taken up for our stack. It should be more than enough. Some example kernels you'll find will reserve 8s. I believe the Linux one, it reserves 20. I haven't looked at the kernel source in a while. I don't. A lot of places do this where it's a global start. But I really don't think we need it. I just include it because tutorials include it a lot. But this is where our kernel is going to actually start at. Because we don't have access to the C runtime at all, we have to get our C code, our kernel, started and running. So first thing we're going to do is get the stack ready. There we go. Stack is ready with our stack pointer. The SP is the stack pointer. Now I'm going to tell the assembler that a method we are calling is not in this file. Now we're going to call kernel main. HLT. Now we're going to jump back to hang. .end. All right, we are done with the boot assembler. We might come in here later on if I do another video on this. And we gotta go back. Add some more stuff in here, because as we add interrupt and stuff, we're going to have to add it to an assembler, and I don't want to have too many assembler files rolling around. Nothing really wrong with it. It's just okay. I realize I just forgot that. All right. Make directory include. I thought I touched I did. There is a TTY dot. Oh, there it is. Then we're going to define it. And we're going to end if. Get that done and out of the way. I'm not going to define the errors because don't need to. I am going to copy this out of here. That way, because this is pretty universal, it'll always be the same. And I screwed up because that should be if end defined. There we go. Oh wait, I need extern. What are the other ones? We're going to do string length as well. So I have to include a couple of files. These are all included with GCC. They just have defines. That's going to make our lives a little bit easier because I have to use a size T here. Whoops. Underscore T. String length. Const char pointer str. I'm not going to worry about VGA entry color because that's going to be the start of everything. And helper functions are going to call that. So that's going to be as well as VGA entry. All of that we're going to deal with in the TTY. We are going to worry about setting color. So extern void. I know. Woohoo! This part's really fun, isn't it? Uh, const char pointer data size T. Const char pointer data. There is something I'm missing. What am I missing? That's what I'm missing. I'm going to make a union. Because this is not in the thing, but I like to make a union to make a couple of small things easier. No, that's going to be... And we're going to make an anonymous strut. UINT 8. Foreground? And we're going to pack this into 4. UINT 8. Background. Also packed into 4 bits instead of the full 8. Oh, God, I can't talk today. Oops. This is C, not C++. Cool. Extern. Actually, no. I don't need to do that because I'm going to use just methods to change the color on a lot of this stuff. I might need to put the put char. Cool. All right, the hell of writing our header file is over. That should give me an error, and then I can use that to fix things. Ooh, no. Oh, I need to fix this. I could do that. And there we go. I also need to add one more. Ay, ay, ay. VGA color. And why is it giving me squigglies? Because it took it a minute to update. And that's it. VGA underscore entry. If anybody has any questions, feel free to put them in the text, in the chat. I'll try to answer them. I can see the chat. I keep clicking over just to make sure I'm still alive because I have had that issue a couple of times. And we're typecasting UC or together with, again, typecasted UINT 16. STR. This I'm going to cheat a little bit because I'm already kind of. What the hell did I name that damn thing? And this should have a problem because this has to be that. We're going straight to the address of the terminal. Isn't the terminal buffer volatile? It should be. It's not in the demo, but it really should be because I might not change it, but it might still change. And because, it might change, I don't need the compiler optimizing it away from me. Yeah. Copy these couple of functions in one shot. Actually, I should switch that. I should, but I'm not going to. And we're all set this to 0. And we're going to return. I don't want to do a tab right now. Any current errors? Nope. All right, now we're going to work on the main. Add stuff here as we build the kernel. I should say we will add stuff here as we build the kernel. Void. I really didn't need void, but hey. That way we actually have a terminal to use. Or I'll write something. All right, cool. Now let's work on our make file. I am going to cheat massively, because because I hate trying to do make files. I'm not going to lie. Boop, boom. There we go. Just to make this way quick, but this is going to be called um. Oh God. All right, we're going to run this make file real fast. And that's what I hate about make files. And all right, if you hear a weird noise, somebody's in the bathroom running water. Ew. One more time. And this should fail because I didn't make the linker script. All right, let's try that again. All right, cool. No more warning there. Again, make file error because I don't have a thing. So let's touch link.ld. Our entry point is start. You know what? Since I'm going to wholesale be copying this, I'm just going to do good old-fashioned copy and paste. Oh, that's because I put the linker file in here. Ooh, the joys. Yes! We now have a bin file, so set. That way I see everything that's happening. Okay. I do want to make sure this my multi-boot, since I did that one actually from memory. I mean, converting it from x86. Oh, I hate that I have to do this. Okay, exit it with status 0, so it works. God. And then we're going to copy grub.cfg to grub. os.iso. Hence the reason we put ISO and bin files. Cool, cool, cool. All right. There we go. We should have an ISO file in here now. There it is right there. Nano run. Okay. White text on black. I forgot how typey this stuff was. And if you want to mess around, you can actually modify it right in here. Oh, it's gray text on black. Make. There you go. /make ISO. Run. Changed it. Future versions I'll add to future live streams I will add to this. I'm going to try to do live streams Sundays. But right now my schedule is very chaotic, so we'll see how they go. I'm going to have my live streams approximately an hour every week. But yeah, hopefully this takes off a little bit. All right, everybody, have a good one, and thanks for tuning in.